Into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind of... Here we go. Into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind of... Here we go. Into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind of Dan and Dave, into the mind...
Well, hello, you're listening to the Dan and Dave Mindset. My name's Dan.
How you doing? I'm Dave.
Dave,
Yes.
what's on your mind?
There was something you looked up that I wanted to hear about.
Oh, yes. Yes. This was a titled Retired Racehorse Finds Calling as Abstract Painter.
I have nothing to say. I need to hear this.
All right, well, this article is written by a Jeffrey B. Roth. The story takes place in Rocky Ridge, Maryland. The horse is an American icon. Oh, not this horse, just all horses. Okay. The horse is an American icon.
Not that particular horse.
Yeah.
Horses.
Just horses are American icons.
They should have phrased it that way.
Just, it races gracefully, performs heavy farm tasks, can do tricks.
Wait, the American horse or this horse?
The American horse. Yeah. And if television is to be believed, it may even talk. What kind of article is this? What's going on here? But only one is an accomplished painter. Metro Meteor, a 10-year-old thoroughbred bay in rural Maryland, is enjoying singular success. Within just months of applying his first brushstroke to paper, he is juggling requests for public appearances, weighing endorsement offers, and earning thousands of dollars for his work. Why are they talking like this horse is actually in charge of any of this?
Right. Or getting any of the money.
Yeah. I'm sure, Metro Meteor
sure.
here is getting much better hay now, and oats. Delicious,
Right. The
gourmet
owner's like,
oats.
my horse is doing all these paintings and I'm reaping all the benefits.
Slowed by bad knees, the racehorse was retired in 2009 and adopted by Ron and Wendy Krajewski.
I'm going to say Krajewski.
Huh?
I'm going to say it's probably pronounced Krajewski.
Krajewski?
Yeah, because I have friends that...
Okay.
Just by the way you said it, I can imagine that's probably the way it's supposed
Well,
to be.
it's Krajewski.
Yeah, Krajewski.
Okay. Well, I'm only half Slavic, so
No
it's
offense.
hard for me to understand.
No offense,
these
but
things.
I have friends with that last name, so...
Okay, spelled that way?
Krajewski, yeah.
How do you say it?
Krajewski.
Krajewski.
Yeah.
All right. I'm probably still going to say Krajewski.
You do it. Sounds better that way.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Unable to ride the crippled horse, Ron, a local
Wow.
artist, huh?
Shh,
I think
I
you're
can't ram, so I'm going to shove a paintbrush in his mouth. Is that what he did?
looks that way.
We'll get to that.
Aren't you supposed to say disabled anyway, or
What was the
handicapped?
other-
Crippled?
what
I
did
don't
they
think
say,
you can say crippled.
Why not?
Just doesn't seem very PC.
It's not a person.
All right. Ron, a local artist, decided to teach the horse to paint in order to spend more time with him. This is so weird.
I would like to see at least a dramatization of this guy teaching a horse how to paint. It can't be with his hoof, right? Does the horse have a hoof?
Yes, yeah, they have hooves.
Okay.
Hooves. Multiple. They have 4 hooves.
Okay.
Okay. Elephants are known to paint with their trunks, he reasoned.
When?
I saw a video actually once. Yeah. And Metro did tend to bob his head a lot while in his stall. So
That's called stress.
it's like I can't run. Every time I move,
There's people
it
that
hurts.
do that in the mental institution.
Is that
It's
right?
called stress. Yeah. Let's not give the horse medication. Let's put a paintbrush in his mouth.
Wasn't that what they do in the mental institution too?
Put a paintbrush in your mouth?
Well, mouth, hand, whatever. It's pretty much up to the patient at that point, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
The paintings caught on and success ensued. Metro is now the best-selling artist at Gallery 30, a small shop in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, which started selling his work 4 months ago. How do you think all the human painters who say have been, working for 20 years or whatever, just trying, how do you think they feel about this upstart horse coming around?
I'm pretty sure they have the same outlook I do.
Which is?
The horse is stressed out. The horse has issues, and you shove a paintbrush in his mouth and decide to make money off of him.
I gotta say, I saw there's a picture of one of the paintings at sort of an angle. It's abstract, but it looked interesting.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't bad.
What does interesting mean?
Just neat.
Abstract is a very broad word.
Yeah, that's the beauty of
What?
the word abstract. It can apply to many things. Metro's paintings feature colorful, sweeping brushstrokes.
Like those people that put like a dot on a piece of paper and sell it for $100 million. That's
Yeah.
art. How is that abstract? It's not abstract.
I mean, art is very much in the eye of the beholder sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater of art. I'm just saying, sometimes I just don't. It's a bit much sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to stuff like that.
What? Like a dot on a piece of paper?
A dot on a piece of paper, or somebody that says, like, this animal did this, or
Yeah. I gotta say, I always...
people that, like, just sit there and, like, swing on a piece of rope and, like, throw paint everywhere, and all of a sudden...
You talking about the Big Lebowski?
The Big Lebowski is not the first time. I mean, it's been done. Or when they sit there and they paint their whole body.
Just roll around?
They paint their whole body and, like, smack themselves up against, like, a canvas.
Yeah.
And it's art. All of a sudden, it's art.
It is, though.
I agree it's art, but I don't agree it's worth...
But that's
all
the
this
funny
money.
thing about art. If
I
somebody...
see Picasso and stuff like that as being, like, brilliant artistry where they sit there and they see this in their head and they... But to sit there and just slap something on a piece of paper out of, like, almost spontaneity... Spontaneity is not even the right word. Because it's not spontaneous, because it's actually... It's just like, oops.
Sort of planned, yeah.
And then people say, wow, how is that brilliant? I don't see that as brilliance.
I don't know.
It's brilliant because they're making a lot of money out of it, but...
I find that pretty brilliant. I mean,
the business,
personally...
the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but yeah,
Yeah. Personally, I don't value that type of art enough to pay anything for it. I have seen a local artist did this like female body image series. Kimberly Lavon is her name, and she had these girls of various shapes and sizes come in, basically covered them in ink and had them press up against paper in a variety of ways, and it was actually pretty interesting. But she was actually making a point of how it, like, and she didn't just have, like, it'd be like their side or something, so you couldn't really tell for sure in a lot of them what you were looking at entirely.
I still don't.
And she basically used them as giant stamps.
All right, here's my ignorance coming out again.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference between, like, I mean, I know art is a part of expression, but isn't there a certain art called like expressionism?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking? Is that what that is?
I don't...
Because when I always think about art, I think about people like Picasso and Michelangelo and stuff like that, where they...
Like the classic masters or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, Picasso's actually not even that long ago, but...
Right, but I mean, but still. Yeah. I mean, it's like where they sit down and they...
Yeah.
Compared to people that do like this, where it's like, they're not even touching a brush to the canvas, or you know what I mean?
Right. Well, this is not. I wouldn't call it expressionism because it's not a painting. It's a.
So what's expressionism?
Well, in the way you're talking about it, it's a painting style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So in this case, it wouldn't apply because it's not a painting anyway, but it is a piece of art. But like art isn't just paintings, though.
I know music.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but her main body of work is generally various printmaking techniques that she.
I guess to
uses,
me,
so.
like this, it's
All right, look, the point is that
we're totally off the horse.
yeah, we're on art though. This is good. This is a good tangent.
Okay.
This article's not that long, I don't think.
Okay.
Although we probably shouldn't interrupt too much, but I mean, I get what you're saying, but like with this, with this particular piece, this series basically, it was interesting because it was planned, essentially. With anything where you're taking like once you get away from like a pencil or something like that, anytime you have any kind of liquid involved, it takes on a little bit of a life of its own while you're employing it in whatever way you're using it. But ultimately, you do have a plan in mind, and it was just kind of an interesting series about like just it was for this I don't know, it was all female artists, and all the art had something to do with various feminine issues or whatever. And it was pretty. It was
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to when I say, I think part of the thing is for me, being trying to like, I get jealous of people of a broad spectrum of people just because that can express their emotions and thoughts like that, because I have these emotions and thoughts that I can't. Like I have a vision. I shouldn't say a vision, but I don't know how to express them. So I admire it, and it annoys me.
yeah.
So why can't I do that? Like you with your songwriting, or
what about you and the Dan and Dave Mindset theme song?
okay, really?
I like it.
Or like Kris Bargen with his videos, and you know what I mean, stuff like that.
What about you with your drumming?
It's not the same thing.
How is it not the same thing?
It's not the same thing because I'd rather be able to, because
being immensely talented at one thing is not good enough for you.
I'd rather be like express it in a different way.
All right.
In a more, to me, in a more artistic way. So.
All right. Okay. But let's just not let it be thought that you have no ability to express yourself artistically at all. Because I have seen you do that in a variety of ways.
And then the horses?
Yeah, all right. I have to say, though, the dot on the piece of paper thing totally always... Whenever I think of that kind of abstract art, it always reminds me of the scene in L.A. Story when they're Steve Martin and his friends are all at the art museum, and he's going on and on for like 3 minutes talking about like all the things that this painting is expressing, and it's just showing his face and his friends' faces and everything while he describes... Have you seen the movie?
Is this before he gets shot?
The L.A. Story?
Doesn't he get...
No.
L.A. Story. What's the one where he gets shot?
It's
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This
Sorry.
is a comedy.
Okay. That's when they're all sitting there ordering the same drink.
Maybe.
L.A. Story.
Yeah. Yeah. At the restaurant there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So, and he's just going on and on about all this stuff, and he's like talking about, like the nude figure in there, and the way this guy is looking at something or whatever, and all this detail that he's describing or whatever. And then they switch the camera view, and they're all standing in front of this 15-foot wide red canvas. It's just red. And I always found that hilarious. But yeah, okay. So anyway, let's just go back to the horse then. So, Metro's paintings feature colorful, sweeping brushstrokes, complete with specks of sawdust. Not surprising, as the horse paints by swinging his head, a paintbrush clenched in his teeth. For his large paintings, there is a waiting list of 120, said Ron Krajewski in an interview this week. Is that right?
I thought you said Krajewski.
Krajewski, all right. It makes me, I don't know, it makes me thirsty. Juicy. Yeah, I'd like it. Give me a Krajewski. It's like cranberry, orange juice, something. Krajewski. All right. The larger acrylics, 20 inches by 20 inches, sell for $850 at the gallery, he said. Dave's shaking his head right now in disbelief and anger. And the smaller cut-down versions, 5 inches by 7 inches,
I guarantee this horse is
are
not...
$80.
I guarantee this horse is not expressing himself in a joyful way.
Yeah. Could just be...
He's stressing. Guaranteed he's stressed out.
I mean, I'd like to see how he's picking the colors and stuff like that.
He's not.
You think they're just handing him different brushes? Yeah. Like, yeah. The elephant that I saw painting actually, like, picked its own colors.
Elephants are actually intelligent. Not that a horse isn't, but a horse swinging his head around.
Every horse lover that listens to our show just hit stop.
Well, Chrissy's out there. I guarantee Chrissy's going to say that the horse is probably flipping out.
Really?
Yeah.
Think so?
I'll sort of guarantee it.
All right. One of Metro's large paintings sold on eBay for more than $2,000. And bidding for another one on Friday was hovering at $800 with only a few hours to go.
And what does that horse get out of it? A stall.
Yeah. I'm guessing a
and
nice...
what does the owner get?
Well, it looks like $800 a painting. Or as much as $2,000.
Here's a couple extra oats, buddy.
Yeah. Wow. Here, I'm going to tell you exactly what he gets out of it. In total, about 40 large and 150 small works have sold, adding up to more than $20,000, Krajewski said. Yep. As the owners say on Metro's website, art scholars are not going to have long, lengthy discussions trying to decipher the hidden meaning to Metro's paintings.
Because there is none.
He is a horse. It is what it is. A painting you can hang on your wall and tell all your friends it was painted by a horse.
You want to admit that?
Yeah, be like, oh, well, how much did you pay for that? $850. By a horse?
What are you, a moron?
You're like, hey, my kid made this the other day. He's got a soul and everything.
That's right.
That's got to be good for $1,600, right? He can speak. Typically, horse and owner...
Crissy, back me up on this one, will you?
Typically, horse and owner paint for an hour or two, maybe 4 times a week, Ron Kajewski said, adding that Metro never seems to get bored with the task. Well, what are his options? Stand in his stall? Or have a paintbrush shoved in his mouth? Well,
I guarantee he's shaking his head, whether it's in his mouth or not.
Either way. He's just...
You want to go outside today?
No.
Paint the picture.
All right, we got 50 minutes left to work on your painting. Then you can go hobble around because you got your bad knees. Metro lives at Motters Station Stables near Rocky Ridge, a small town in the rolling hills of northern Maryland. An indoor arena doubles as his studio. So they don't even have him on their own property. They just leave him somewhere. Then just come around whenever they want him to do a new painting.
They say he has a studio?
Yeah. They're really personifying him here, like Metro, anthropomorphizing him here a lot. It's interesting. One morning this week, the horse demonstrated his technique, interpreted by Wendy Krajewski, to a visitor.
Wait, interpreted by her?
Yeah. He'll roll. He likes to roll, she said. And within minutes...
They didn't actually see him do it. She had to act it out.
I don't know.
Because he was locked up in his barn.
Within minutes, the horse knelt, lay on his side, and began to roll on his back.
That was the cry for help.
I've never seen
a stranger here, help me.
I've never heard of a horse rolling around on his back.
It's a cry for help.
Again, I don't know a lot about horses. I feel like you know more about them.
I don't.
Okay.
This is a...
Wait. Hold on. You'll like this.
Animal control came later on that day.
Arrested the Krajewskis. All right. So he was rolling around his back. Then he got to his feet, walked over to his easel, an array of paints, and wrapped his muzzle around a paintbrush. So he's picking the brush up himself.
He thought it was food.
Friendly and laid back, he scarcely fit the stereotype of a high-strung thoroughbred. A former turf sprinter, considered among the fastest at Saratoga and Belmont Park, Metro won about $300,000 during his racing career, his owners said. Again, he didn't really win it, though, did he?
That's right.
He won races.
That's right.
When his knees deteriorated, forcing him off the track, the Krajewskis, who owned a percentage of the horse, adopted Metro with plans to use him for casual trail riding. They also own a quarter horse and another adopted thoroughbred. The horse was able to take short trail rides, but eventually his weak knees left him unable to support the weight of a rider, they said. The Krajewskis donate half of Metro's earnings to New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program, a charity that seeks homes and rehabilitation for retired racehorses. The owner of Gallery 30 donates a portion of Metro's profits to a local animal shelter. We use the rest to pay for his medical bills, Ron Krajewski said. Special treatment for his knees is very expensive. All right, well, I feel a little bit better about this now. It's sort of like he is earning that money because it's going towards him. We were asking earlier, well, what does he get out of it? Well, he gets, medical treatment for his knees, which got even worse in the time when he was adopted and forced to go on short trail rides. Metro suffers from arthritis, cartillitis, or frozen joints, and rapid bone growth, among other health issues. At first, his prognosis was bleak, and if he continued to deteriorate, he could die within 2 or 3 years, his owners said. But recent x-rays showed that an experimental bone remodeling treatment had improved one knee, they said, and treatment on another knee will begin this month. Metro's popularity has gone national. He has appeared on network television and has received endorsement offers, his owners said. Who's?
For what?
Paints? Metro the horse uses our paints.
Right.
So if they're good enough for a horse, they're good enough for you. The volume of business offers prompted the Krajewskis to retain an intellectual property attorney.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Intellectual.
It's just,
A lawyer.
yeah. Well, I got that from the attorney part, though. Anyway, their horse, they noted, is oblivious to earnings and acclaim.
Really?
See, and
I
this
didn't know
whole
that.
time, I had a feeling like he
I
was...
figured, like I said,
Well, they said he liked to roll around. I assumed he was doing that in his piles
in the
of
money.
money.
In the money. That's right.
Well, as long as he has fresh water and hay, some treats, and a pasture where he can nibble grass, run, and roll in the dirt, Metro's happy, they said.
And
Notice they don't
whip
say...
his head around like he's crazy. He's fine.
They do not say that as long as he has his paints, he's happy. When he's doing horse stuff, he's pretty happy. They don't say anything about how happy he is when he's painting.
That's right.
They do notice that he apparently obsessively grasps at a brush
Right.
to paint after he rolls
When we
around.
want him to pay, we lock him up in his stall. Chain him down.
So that's Metro Meteor, the painting horse.
That's his name.
Yeah,
Metro Meteor.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, so that made for quite a delightful, conversation about art and animal rights and so forth.
Animal rights.
Well, yeah, how obviously they don't have any, and
Right.
we're ultimately fine with that.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, so you've been listening to the Dan and Dave Mindset. My name again is Dan.
And I'm Dave. Peace.